What's going on, everybody? And welcome back to another episode of Exploring the Unknown. I don't know why I tripped up right there. I'm Dustin,
I'm Luke.
and tonight we're gonna, take a little stroll through the lost but not forgotten halls of history. Tonight, we're talking about asylums and sanitariums.
Yes,
Something crosses the road. It's skeletal like, fleshy, and it stands up, and then it like kind of just almost like leaps.
They look back and they see one. Clear as day. It walks 5 feet away from my audio recorder. We just saw a Bigfoot. Holy crap.
I've been pinched, I've been tapped on the shoulder, I've had my name hollered, a hand came up underneath my left arm. I said, little son of a bitch tried to get me. That was the time that I decided you don't sleep inside that building.
Did you see that?
The cow cur, it's big, it's white, and it runs faster than any man could ever run. And it would lean out behind the tree. And that's why we never go out, because the booger will get you.
you cut me off.
Not my bad. I wasn't expecting. What did you say?
I think I'm excited for this episode.
Oh, my bad. The moment felt right, so I was like, intro, I'll press the button. As soon as I pressed the button, you started talking. All right. So, yeah, asylums and sanitariums. So, where do you want to start with this?
Let's start local.
Okay.
We have one that's pretty local to us. It's called Roney's Point.
Roney's Point.
And it was began as a tuberculosis center and eventually turned into a mental health asylum in the late 1940s to early 1950s.
I'm curious. Tuberculosis. I've heard it before. I don't know what it is. Do you?
Like some kind of disease. I don't remember exactly what kind of disease it is. But
I knew it was a disease, but I didn't know.
Allegheny also had, I think it was Trans Allegheny. It might have been some other asylum, but they also had a tuberculosis spot.
Really?
Huh. So, it was closed in 1972 due to structure deterioration. I had it caught on fire at one point, and it killed many people in the fire. So
like while it was in operation, it caught on fire.
Yes.
How many people? I'm curious. Go ahead, keep talking.
So there's some activity that goes on at this place. One says they see lights turning on and off in the asylum when there's no electricity in the asylum at all, which that would be crazy. Could you imagine seeing a light turn on when there's no electricity in the asylum?
Well, there's people that live like right there, so I wonder, does that old lady that lives like right across the street or like away from it? Do you think she like looks out her window and like watches? Because that place has a lot of windows.
Yeah, it does.
I would.
I like to get back during the day and see this place. And there's another thing that says people see a gray man walking around the building. And children in the window was seen by a pizza delivery driver.
A gray man that walks outside of the building?
Hmm.
Now I kind of want to live next to this place.
And children inside the building looking out the windows.
The only problem is living next to something like that is that people are going to go there even if they shouldn't be, if they're not allowed, or you know what I mean. I seen where there was a fraternity that like would send their people there for, I don't know if it's hazing or whatever it is, but like a pledge, or I guess.
Mm-hmm. How long can you stay there?
By yourself.
Yep.
All right, you know what? Here's the new thing. The next person to donate at least $100, Luke will spend the night there by himself.
If I'm allowed.
I think I have $100 saved up somewhere.
I need to see if I'm allowed to go first. But count me in.
Go ask that lady.
I do it for $100. I guess spend the night there for $100.
Well, we know somebody that went in there. Well, we had them on the show.
Yeah. So now it's just an abandoned building up in West Virginia. I would love to go investigate this place. It would be a cool place to investigate.
I was looking to see if there was like a newspaper article or some kind of post on whenever it caught fire or something. Oh, dude, there's these pictures of the inside that are just completely insane. I don't even know. It doesn't even look like it's safe to go in this place. There's a man with a shotgun. Yeah, see, it's probably a good idea we did get out that night because I was.
Not at night, during the day.
Yeah, we'll have to. I think if we just go talk to the neighbors and just be like, look, this is what we do. We're trying to be respectable about it. How do we, gain access?
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yeah. Let's see. Do we have any more from that?
No, I think that's about it. There's not too much about that location.
Not really. I couldn't really find a whole lot either. But this next one, though, is also in West Virginia. Weston, West Virginia, the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum. Now, you've been there.
I've been there once, yes.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a massive place. I've had some activity. Like I was like, I seen a full body shadow walk across my screen when I was in the middle of taking pictures. It went from right to left, and I was holding my phone up like this. I'll show you. I was taking pictures, and I'm looking down at my screen taking pictures. And before I was able to click the camera button, I seen a shadow walk right across like this. And
That's wild.
I wish I was recording at the time. I wasn't recording, I was just taking pictures. And excuse me. I walked down to the hallway. And because I was by myself. And there's nobody down there.
That's wild. How did you feel once you got in there and realized there was nobody in there? Did you feel a little scared?
No, because that's kind of what we're there for.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I would have to agree. Except for whenever we was over at that West Alexander house and you'd seen those shadow people coming up the hill.
That was.
I wish I'd have been able to see that. That's something that I would like to witness.
The shadow person.
Well, just something, that's irrefutable. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a lot of activity like that at the Trans Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
Hmm.
Um, I'm just kind of scanning over this Reddit post. So this guy, he is a tour guide. He said we would run experiments with a spirit box. One person would use one with noise canceling earbuds, so they're doing like the Estes method.
Yeah.
So they would be able to hear is the radio static and the blips of random stations. He said one evening, my coworker and I ran one of these experiments in a notorious room, which a murder in 1987 took place. For 10 minutes, I sat and listened to nothing but radio static through the spirit box. No blips of the radio, nothing except the static. He said, I was starting to get bored when I heard a woman's voice say evil. So I spoke up and repeated the word evil. Next thing I know, my coworker is shining her flashlight in my face to get my attention. I pull out the earbud and she was practically frantic, saying, it's time to go, time to go. So we haul ass out of the room, down the hall, down the next hall to the center section before she would even tell me what happened. While I was hearing nothing but static, she said she kept hearing what sounded like someone shuffling their feet and walking around just outside of the door. She said she spoke up and asked, whoever is out in the hallway, are they nice? That's whenever I spoke up and said evil.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. I probably would have took off running too.
Why are we running? Why are we running? That's what I'd be like. Why are we leaving?
Here's my thing. If you see me running, like full on running, don't ask questions. Just catch up. That's it.
Well, this place is also supposed to be haunted by a little girl named Lily and a patient named Jacob. And Dean was a victim of the murder.
So is that the room that maybe that guy was talking about?
Maybe. But there is a part of that place. It is very eerie and it feels darker.
Really?
Hmm.
I would like to go to some of these places and do investigations. I know, in October, usually around Halloween, they have the public investigations down there at Moundsville. We should look into going.
I'm down.
I think that would be fun. Yeah. So, which moving on from that, which one you want to dive into?
Let's talk about Penthouse Asylum.
Okay.
Penthouse is in Spring City, PA.
Mm-hmm.
Founded in 1908 and was closed in 1987. Caused to scandals over patients and abuse. Eastern State Institution. That's what it was. It was an institution. Housed over 3,000 people, and now just operates as a museum and places where you can go investigate. So it claims to have. It was a mental health institution as well. So all these asylums seem to be turned into a mental health institution at one point. There's a lot of activity that goes on at this place as well. And I found a Reddit post.
Did you?
With it, yeah. Where did it go?
So, this place was pretty infamous because of its inhumane conditions. A lot of these asylums were overcrowded, and the residents were neglected and abused, and things like that. But They have like a cemetery on site or something like that, don't they?
I,
I remember seeing something about they had like unmarked graves on the
I
property.
believe so. But the story on Reddit said I'm actually in the admin building in the tunnels underneath. Um, what is now considered, yeah, the long hallway. That is now a bunk hall. So there was people living down there. At the time, there was nothing in it except grimy and old wheelchairs. Gurneys, sorry, and old wheelchairs.
Hmm.
I was relieving someone for a break, and after they left, I stood in the middle of the hallway beside the gurney, waiting for the customer to come in. It was pumped full of fog, and I couldn't barely see. I barely seen blur. So I guess this was doing like a haunted attraction. Um,
Okay.
I knew I was the only one there. Well, about 2 minutes into being alone, I felt a huge hug on the back of my shirt. I think it meant to say tug. Um,
Okay.
Enough to make me stumble back. I whipped around to see if there was anyone there, and there wasn't. When the person came back, I told her about it, and she let me know the little girl who loves to play with people down there was connected to the gurneys. Now I have a tattoo in her honor.
Oh, that's interesting. I don't know if I'd go to that extent, but it's definitely a weird experience.
Yeah. We should maybe reach out to this person.
Okay, definitely.
They're on Reddit, so maybe we can reach out.
Definitely. So a lot of the claims here from what I was seeing were like hearing blood curdling screams echoing through the main building, doors that slam shut without warning, and then the ghostly children's laughter that drifts from the old schoolhouse. Penhurst Asylum. Do we know anybody that's been to Penhurst?
I should. I'll probably know someone who has, yeah.
Yeah. That one's in PA. I don't know if you had said that, Spring City.
Yes.
But we have another one that's in
It's out
PA
by
too.
Philadelphia.
Out by where? Out by Philadelphia.
Philly.
Oh, okay. Well, this one's a little bit closer. This one's in Crescent, PA. It's called. The name is Crescent Sanitarium. It started also as a tuberculosis hospital and became a mental facility, and later it became a prison. It has underground tunnels linking wards and isolation rooms. It's a labyrinth of unsettling energies. Some people were posting, saying that they would see shadow figures move between doorways in Building F, while Building E carries the sound of dragging footsteps long after it was abandoned. Now, this place they also they do like public investigations and stuff, and I would like to try to go and do one of those if you would be so interested.
Yeah, I remember you saying something about this place, and that'd be a cool place to try to go to.
I think any of these places would be a really cool place to go to.
Yeah, I agree.
I think that, like I was saying the other day, I think that we should set up some goals for next year and like maybe pick 2 or 3 places to try to go to.
I think that would be a good idea. I think we should definitely do that.
But yeah, I don't have a whole lot more on the Crescent Asylum. I'm very interested in to know. Well, maybe I'm looking too much into it, but you did mention that they all kind of eventually became a mental facility.
Mm-hmm.
They were a tuberculosis hospital, and then there was a mental facility.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of I don't know. like I said, I could be looking too much into it, but that seems interesting to me.
It does. Isn't there one more that you wanted to talk about?
No, that's all I had.
Oh, that was only 3, not 4. Was it 3 or was it
No,
4?
that was 4. We talked
Oh,
about Roney's Point, Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum, Penhurst Asylum, and the Crescent Asylum.
well, we got a little bit more time. Let's talk about talk about another pretty well-known asylum. This one isn't called an asylum. It's called a sanatorium, which I think it's kind of the same thing.
I'm curious, what is the difference between an asylum and a sanitarium or sanatorium?
And this is called Waverly Hills Sanatorium in Louisville, Kentucky. Again, founded in 1910, Waverly Hills was originally constructed as a tuberculosis facility. And
See, that's weird.
it's weird. Why are all these?
Well, my thoughts are like, I don't know. It seems like they all took the same route. They were like, we're going to be a tuberculosis hospital. Nope, we're going to be a mental facility. And then some of them are like, nope, we're going to be a prison. It's almost like, I don't know. Like when I look at things nowadays, whenever you notice, things like that happening, it's usually money. Like in my opinion, but I mean, like I said, I could be looking too much into it. Like there's, maybe like there's business reasons as to why they did what they did.
Yeah. Were you able to look up the difference between sanatorium and asylum?
Yeah. So, an asylum and a sanitarium are both institutions of the past, but they serve different purposes. An asylum was a facility primarily for the long-term care of individuals with severe mental illness, often with the connotation of confinement and limited treatment. A sanitarium, on the other hand, was a specialized institution focused on treating and rehabilitating individuals with tuberculosis or other long-term illnesses, emphasizing fresh air and sunlight. So it seems like if you went to the asylum, you're in for a bad time. If you went to the sanitarium, you might be okay. But then again, they all seem to have had, neglect and abuse, and now they're just really haunted.
Yeah. I lost where I was. So all these places seem to have a lot of paranormal activity, shadow figures, disembodied voices, a spirit of a little girl. Room 502. Room 502 is said to be one of the most haunted rooms in the sanatorium. It was the site of a suicide of a staff member, and paranormal investigators report strange occurrences here, including cold spots and feeling like they're being watched.
Where's this at?
Room 502 in Waverly Hills.
Waverly Hills Sanitarium.
Yes. This place also was seen on Ghost Adventures, The Dead Files, and Ghost Hunters.
I think a few of the places that we talked about was on a lot of the. Well, probably not Rooney's Point.
Yeah. There's been nurse encounters. Many nurses who worked at the sanatorium claim to have experiences with the paranormal, especially in the second floor hallways and patients' rooms. They report hearing voices and seeing figures appear and disappear.
Do you think that there's any nurses out there that are still around that used to work there?
It's possible.
I would be interested in talking to somebody that used to work at one of these places. If you're listening to the podcast and or if you know somebody that's, worked at one of these places, we would love for you to maybe reach out to us and come on the show.
Yeah. That'd be awesome.
Or even if you're a guide or something like that.
So, um, I know, like, I don't know him personally, but I follow this guy on TikTok. He's a guy of Ohio State Reformatory. Um, it was it was not originally asylum, but it was turned into an asylum after.
Mhm.
So I would like to have him on the podcast and talk to him about Ohio State Reformatory.
Have you reached out to him?
I have. I haven't heard anything back from him yet. Next time he's live on TikTok, maybe I'll mention it. Okay.
Yeah.
And this is in Mansfield, Ohio. It's not too far from us.
No.
Couple hours.
I think most of these places are within a couple hours.
Well, Mansfield's what?
Less than
45
that.
minutes from us.
Yeah. Moundsville's a cool place.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever sat in the electric chair down there?
Mm-mm. I never even
No?
been inside, but
You've never been inside the Moundsville Penitentiary?
No.
Really? Okay. Yeah, that's definitely happening soon.
I want to.
That place is interesting.
Bucket list.
That's where Renee and I went and was investigating. We was doing the group tour, and she left me in that one room by myself with no flashlight, and I was on the X-ray table. I decided to try to squeeze in between the X-ray camera and the table, and it was, took me a minute to get in there, and then she's like, I think the group's leaving, and she left with the flashlights.
That's fine. If you could pick any of these locations that you would like to go to, which one would it be?
I would have to say probably either Pennhurst or the Trans-Allegheny Lunatic Asylum.
I like to go back to Trans-Allegheny. It's expensive though.
Really? How much was it, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably like $1,200 plus.
Yeah, but if you get enough people to go,
Mm-hmm.
then it wouldn't be so bad. If you're listening to this, reach out to us. Maybe we can put you on a list or something, and we can try to get enough people together to go to like one of these, bigger locations.
Yeah, that would be fun. I mean, I'm sure we can find people.
Oh, I'm sure. Definitely. It would just be nice to have some engagement from our listeners. We got we have people that listen in other countries too. You're more than welcome to reach out to us as well.
Yes, always. So I think that's about all we have on these asylums.
Yeah, I think so. These places like these asylums and sanitariums and things like that, like they're, monuments to forgotten lives and painful histories.
Mm-hmm.
Like the ghosts may draw us in, but the real chill comes from knowing what truly happened within those walls.
Yeah. Like Trans-Allegheny, where they first started the lobotomy, which is...
Wait, that's where they first started doing lobotomies?
Yeah, it was Trans-Allegheny.
That's wild. See, it's knowing little things like that, or like even like the fact that something really dark happened in certain parts of the building, and then having activity that can be relevant to that, or just the amount of activity in that spot is different compared to like some other place in the building.
Yeah, Trans-Allegheny has like a whole little museum about like lobotomy and like the tools they used and stuff like that.
That's interesting. I wouldn't mind checking that out as well. But before we go, here is a thought to haunt your brain.
Ooh.
Would you rather spend one night alone in a pitch black asylum with only a candle, or 1 week in a mostly abandoned town where you're the only living soul? Or maybe worse, would you rather know for certain ghosts exist or live if they do?
I think spending a week in a whole abandoned town would be cool. Just a whole week long investigation.
I don't like the way it's worded.
Why?
1 week in a mostly abandoned town where you're the only living soul.
Well, I'm thinking it's saying mostly abandoned because of the spirits there. I think
Yeah.
that's what it's getting at.
But then you add in living soul. What if it's like living, but it ain't got a soul?
I mean, I don't know how that works, but okay.
I don't know how that works either, but it's definitely a thought.
No, but I would probably go with the second one. The week.
The week.
But could you imagine, like, walking through a pitch black asylum with just a candle? Candles don't get off that much light.
No, but could you imagine the thrill you would get going through the asylum with just a candle? Here's the thing. You don't get a lighter or matches to relight your candle. If your candle goes out, it goes out.
Exactly. So now.
But it would be fun.
Long investigation.
I think that ought to be a challenge. Guys, what do you think? Drop down in the comments. Next haunted location that we go to, someone has to, maybe go somewhere in the building alone with just a candle.
Next, if without candles.
Well, that's true too. That's true too.
That'd be creepy. Walking then with no light. Just a candle.
We could do one outside.
Yeah.
Where would we go?
I don't know.
Gettysburg.
Yeah. But there's a lot of light pollution in Gettysburg then.
Yeah. All right. We're going to start a GoFundMe. This is going to have to happen over in the forest over in Japan.
No.
You wouldn't go in there?
Not alone.
Not alone. Well, that's the challenge.
Yeah, but that place is something else. Walk back to the cemetery where we had the Bigfoot sighting by yourself with just a candle.
With just a candle. That's right there. Yeah, that would be it. That would be it. Well, did you have anything else for this?
No, I think that's all.
Okay. Well, if this journey through haunted halls gave you chills, don't vanish. Subscribe to the Exploring the Unknown podcast YouTube channel. Leave us a haunting review. I wonder if you can leave reviews on our website. I don't know if you can or not. We should set it up so that you can. If you have any paranormal tales, please send them to us at the Exploring the Unknown pod at outlook.com email, or you can call our hotline at 412-533-3483 to share your story.
Yeah, and if you haven't already, like our song, if you're listening to this on Spotify or Apple Music, rate and review us. That goes a long way.
Yes.
And we have comments on these things as well. If you are listening to that on Spotify or Apple Music, type in Asylum in the comments so we know you're listening.
Oh, snap. Wait, we're not done. What are we doing? What are we doing? We're not done. Hold on. Where's my wheel? Oh,
we gotta pull the wheel up.
I didn't save the wheel.
Oh man. Well, you got me.
No, I did save the wheel. I got it. I got it.
And after every episode, we spin the wheel so we can do the next topic.
All right. Here we are. Is it up there?
I don't see it.
What's happening?
I bet it's coming up.
Is it?
Slowly but surely,
It's
yeah.
showing.
I see it on the bottom down here.
I see it on the bottom down there, but I can't get it on the stage.
There we go. It's coming up.
There it goes.
Slowly. I don't
There
see
it is. Can you
I don't
see?
see it. Nope, I can't
You
see
don't
it.
see anything?
I see it now. Yes.
Hold on. We need some music for this. We need some music while we do this here. We'll play our music. Maybe. Really gonna play? Are you serious?
It's okay. Just spin the wheel.
All right. This starts playing. Whatever. All right. Here we go. Next episode's.
I lost them. Can we pause this? How do you pause the live? Okay. Next episode is going to be on Black Eyed Kids. What?
Yes.
What did I tell you the other day?
I know. So Luke had already started working on a thumbnail because he wanted to make it. I don't know if he wanted to, but he made a prediction on what the next episode is going to be, and sure enough,
Dax.
he's mind blown.
Dax. Oh my god.
That's awesome.
I heard
Well, cool.
some researching of it too.
Did you? Heck yeah.
Uh-huh.
Well, yeah. I'm excited
Just
to talk
because
about
I had a feeling.
That's all it is.
Black Eyed Kids.
That's all it is, man. It's we all have that, sense. We have a way of picking those things up, and it's just like it comes in every now and again and surprises us, and it's like, whoa, okay, so what is that then?
And this was, I think, Friday night.
Yeah.
Weren't we gonna hop on Friday?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, Friday night. I made a thumbnail, and I started doing research on Black Eyed Kids because I just had a feeling
That's
that was it.
amazing. That's amazing.
It's creepy.
Well, yeah, it is creepy. It is. Dude. That's what I mean. Like, I think that there's definitely something that we're able to do that we're not aware that we're able to do. You know what I mean? Some people are aware and they know how to tap into it.
Yeah.
But awesome. It's,
Thanks for listening.
We'll get it together
Keep explaining
one
it
day.
now.
Keep explaining it now.